Welcome back, everyone, to the adventures of the Stradava. The Stradava in the Abyss. The Stradava has just met Nuala Gillian. Yes, that's what happened.
Galavar's mom.
The Stradava fights their way to the palatial estate of the castle grounds, where the master of the castle slowly descends the courtyard stairs. Upon seeing the party, this demon princess drops her bow, recognizing Galavar. She reveals herself to be Nuala Gillian, Galavar's lost mother. She declares to the surrounding demons that the Stradava be protected at all costs, and everyone gets acquainted over dinner. She explains that she wrested control of her body away from the demon that had possessed her, staged a coup against the former ruler of this plane, and caused him to flee. She has since then taken partial control over the plane, but can't get to the former ruler due to him holding up in a defensible position. She says that she wishes to take total control over the plane so that she can go to war with the demons, pushing them back down into the abyss, preventing their otherwise inevitable destruction of the multiverse. The Stradava briefly meets the former former owner of the Radius of Chaos, now in Nuala's employ. She then makes a proposal for the Stradava to take out the former ruler of this plane, Gigon. Anybody want to add anything?
Galavar's mom seems like she's in the right state of mind, and nothing's wrong with her.
He's got
completely
things
stable.
Figured out. She's a hardcore, driven woman. She's got goals.
She doesn't laugh maniacally that much.
Not at all. No.
All of the women in Galavar's life are terrifying.
That is
I
true.
just realized that.
That is very true. Like, your girlfriend is kind of intimidating. Hot, but intimidating.
I mean, I guess it makes sense now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his mom wasn't always like that.
Well,
That's true. Well,
I think he pointed that out.
I mean, she wasn't always as bad as she is, but that doesn't mean she wasn't always still a terrifying one.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact is they went to the Lurkwood when everything was there, like, to fight, right?
That's
yes.
true.
Yep.
So I think she was always probably a pretty terrifying woman.
Oh, I just meant visually.
Oh, yeah, visually different.
Because right now she kind of looks like something that would make the ring ghost kind of run away.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
She looks nice.
She's still pretty.
I mean, she does look hot in a very creepy demon devil kind of way.
Yeah. You know, just because if you stare at her longer than like 30 seconds, you start to hear whispers getting louder in the distance, doesn't mean that she's not pretty.
I'd go to JCPenney's with her.
Yeah, take her to a nice dinner. You know, Mother's Day dinner. Yeah, that'd be
You want to see the? Oh no, I was gonna show you the other one I was debating on using.
Does it have one of those like the horror movie split mouth kind of deals?
I mean, it's a little more terrifying.
Oh, is that a demon head over the fireplace? I just noticed.
Yeah.
I
hadn't thought about it, but sure.
I wonder who she killed to put that up there as a statement to the others.
Yeah, like who messed up?
Yeah.
I don't like that this has become a map that we can move our tokens on. Does that bother anybody else?
that does change
Set
things
up
a little
maps
bit.
for no reason. There's the other one that I was. That was the other one that I was planning on.
Oh God.
goodness.
She needs a spa day, you know what I'm saying?
She needs some exfoliation,
Yeah,
like
some lotion, maybe.
The
I
wall
mean, angle
behind her
grinder
needs-
exfoliation.
The sun at all, you know?
Yeah.
Her skin.
Why is she standing in front of the poopy wall? Somebody clean that.
Mom found the poop sock.
Oh,
What?
You never- Alright, well,
beaconed.
some people need to just take some more time on the internet.
Oh.
No, that is not what that means.
Like a butter sock for defense.
Poop sock's way better than the pony jar.
No, we don't talk about that. We all know it exists, but we don't have to reference it.
I actually, I got tasked to clean the air wing berthing on the ship. They had all left. They fly off before the ship pulls in, so that they could fly all the aircraft off. So we had to clean their berthing for some reason, and I found a poop in a Gatorade bottle.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, God.
just in one of the racks. You know, we're like pulling all the sheets and stuff off, and there's just Gatorade bottle with just a big old turd in it.
Gross.
Fantastic.
Who
I mean,
would
there
do
was
such a thing?
constantly piss
Air wing.
bottles and like dip bottles
Yeah,
in the plant.
Oh yeah, I could see like dip bottles and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's
I'm
hard
guessing
for them
you
to go
just
to
can't
watch, so
Go to the restroom whenever you want to.
yeah, like you're on watch, you have to get relieved.
but like when
or
you're
you go on
in
a boat.
your sleeping quarters, like you just get up and walk to the bathroom. It's right there.
Yeah,
if they're on
that-
alert or whatever, don't they like give them like uppers or something? Like they just give them drugs to stay awake,
I never heard that.
or is that
I've
that's
seen
something
it on
else?
movies, but I don't think that's actually true.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean monsters, but
Yeah, definitely
Oh,
soda
okay.
caffeine
Oh yeah,
for
that's
sure.
That's the
Drank
drink
lots
of
of
the,
monsters.
lower enlisted right there. Actually. Probably.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, back on the topic. Here we go.
Noala, has just proposed that maybe you guys could go take out Borgagon for her.
Hmm.
She says, I can give you directions on how to get there, and if you have means of flight. I don't know how you got here to the plane.
Legs.
Did you walked?
Oh,
That's
the plane. I thought you meant from the ship.
yeah. How did you get here to this plane?
Boat.
Yes,
Oh.
boat.
Oh, it might
Liston
be more
has a
convenient.
gate ability.
Very powerful wizard, I take it.
He's all right.
I just randomly turn into a crow and then turn back into myself.
Very useful.
Also-
Can anybody else fly? Like, are you able to fly yourselves?
I
over
turn
there?
into a giant eagle.
You just like knock over some cups and stuff. Just like, wah!
Oh yeah, is Manasa and Liston down at the end of the table, or are they actually sitting close to everybody?
Yeah, I don't know. Where did you guys actually stay
Yes.
down there, or did you
Sitting
just?
at the table.
I just figured you didn't bother
You're
to
gonna
move your tokens.
Go in the restaurant.
I mean, I'd probably, like here.
Or they're just on the other side of the room, like, oh yeah, we're good.
We're gonna stay over here where it's safe.
I mean,
You
Liston
seem nice
wanted
enough,
to eat
but
the
you
good
scared me.
berries instead of the other food, so he
I mean,
wouldn't
I'll eat it.
necessarily need to have sat at the table.
I'll eat the good berries at the table.
Yeah. There's no need to forsake manners when you're just eating good berries.
Using a
Cool
fork and
chicken.
knife on his berry.
it's just
Oh,
like,
yeah, like cutting it. What's a good berry like? Is it soft? Like, as you go to cut it and it just like rockets across the room?
it's like this really, really dense hard berry.
Yeah. I mean, it's like full of nutrition and everything, so what's to say it isn't kind of like a nut?
It might be, yeah.
I don't think a berry's a nut. It's not a good nut.
It's a bad berry.
Oh.
man,
Distant
I know that
listen.
feeling so well.
Distant
Uh,
listen.
I guess
Um,
Meat would pipe or speak up and ask about if she'd have any information on any useful information if we were to maybe use some subterfuge or
I
some
could give
trickery
you a
methods of
map
getting
his
in.
lair.
Because
If-
right now they think that we're coming after her,
Oh
and
yeah,
so they
is there,
think we're on her side, or,
is there
or
any
on their
way
side.
we could prove to them that we killed her without killing her?
Because right now we are acting as double agents.
I mean,
to be honest, I don't think they ever really asked for proof of death.
They didn't, but
I think
it's kind of assumed.
Yeah.
I think if you just, I could withdraw the demons around the outer edge of the castle yard into the walls, and if they're not seen and you're seen coming out, they'd have to assume that you were victorious.
And if there happens to be prying eyes outside the castle, you could just send a couple demons out after us as we seem to flee through the gates to make it look like we just absconded with our objective.
Does what's the other demon's name? The
Sporgagon?
Yes, spaghetti.
Spaghetti God.
Spaghetti guy.
Does he have means?
That's not far off.
Of divining, like if you are actually alive or spying on you?
He would know if I was dead, but
Hmm.
his minions might not. I fear that if you could use that information to get close to him before he knows that you're coming for him, but I'm afraid you wouldn't make it out if you don't clear out some of his forces before going in there. You might be overwhelmed.
What would happen if we failed our mission?
Other than death?
I mean, to the
Wouldn't be the first time.
to this plane, to other planes surrounding it.
Oh, honestly, it's a bit of a stalemate. Eventually I will take him out. If in the unlikely event that he gets the upper hand and is able to take me out before I take him out, then I guess business as usual. I don't want to send you into something you don't think you can handle.
Oh, I think we can handle this. It's just that it's good to know what we might be facing beforehand. Well, especially, I mean, coming in here, for example, we didn't know we would be running into you, or that would have changed everything.
Yes, of course. Like I said, I have a map of his lair.
Yeah, I'll take that map.
She rings a bell, and then at some point a demon comes in, like panting, having like run like straight from like the outside of the castle where they told them to stay.
You're like a faintly getting louder pitter patter, like.
She slaps it around a while, like without really any explanation before she yells at it for like taking too long, and then yells at it to go get the map.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
It's a talking map. Doesn't actually have anything written on it. It just says go left.
Oh, good. That's
Go
just like
left
Liston.
at the big scary arch. then we have to go past the evil demons. And then finally, Sporkagon's lair!
Yay!
Do you have something in your backpack that'll help us?
Let's
Do you
count
see
the
the
deaths
fox
on the
demon?
battlefield. 1, 2. Oh no, those are the same one. He was just cleaved in half.
Liston, stop lying. Liston, stop lying. Liston, stop
Oh
lying.
god.
I'm the grumpy old Baylor who lost his arm.
Are we gonna have to deal with him at some point? He has a very big chip on his shoulder. That
He-
is all that is left of that arm.
He is under my control as well. He will not
Hmm.
bother you. As long as I'm still standing.
Okay, because if he does try to start some things with us, we might have to kill him.
Not if I kill him first.
Oh. Fair enough. I was worried we'd actually see him again. Back then, he was a lot more intimidating.
Yeah, back then he was a very, very serious threat to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
He still seems pretty intense, though.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you need?
Hmm.
I have to say, unfortunately, I'm low on spellcasters, so any kind of divination might have to be up to you.
Do we want to attempt? I mean, we had a short rest, and I think we all decided we didn't feel comfortable long resting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, would you like to stay the night?
A long
That-
rest would
Yeah.
be great.
That would be good. We did
Yeah.
spend a good bit of energy while, unfortunately, making our
Yeah.
way through some of your forces.
I'm very low on spells and stuff, so it's a good idea.
I mean,
I'm
me as
sure
well.
you are.
Is her bow more powerful than mine?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I wonder if she'll swap with me if it is.
Are you gonna ask her?
Yeah. I'll ask her. Hey, is your
Okay.
bow better than this one? And I pull out the oath bow.
She smiles and she says, "Right, your oath bow. I remember when we had that made for you.
It's been a long
Can
time.
Can I see it?"
Yeah. I hand over my weapon.
She takes it and she looks at it. And she closes her eyes. And she kind of like holds her hand out. And you feel like a massive amount of energy, kind of like magic generally isn't like by its nature like raw ether like magic. The weave itself is not perceptible by normal senses. But you feel something in this room. You feel like a rush, like a buzz, come over this room as she holds her hand out over this bow, and she puts her other hand on it and grips it, and you see the gold start to dim and change as it turns into like a you know how like rose gold is like pink gold, this is
Mhm.
like red gold, as it turns like red gold, and these like tribal like black markings start to like swirl up around the bow slowly at first, and then they kind of like up and down the shaft of the bow, and the string becomes black as from the middle and kind of arcs out, and you see like the bow kind of like changes in geometry a little bit here and there, kind of like snapping into place as it becomes a little less smooth and a little more like jagged at parts. It becomes a little more like recurve in areas. and you see the elvish writing in gold, like kind of flares up with this like green fire, and from where you're sitting, it's hard to tell, but it looks like the writing on it has changed. Because it generally has an inscription of what the bow actually whispers to you when you pull the string, and then what you can say to designate a you know a uh,
An oath. A
yeah,
target.
yeah, your
essentially?
oath against a target, right? And that like lettering on both sides of the bow like flares up in this green fire and then goes out, and she kind of like takes a deep breath. I think that should be better. And she hands it back to you.
Hmm.
And I will give you the new description of your bow.
Oh,
Is it a curse bow?
hey, was this planned already?
What? I'll read this out to you first.
Okay.
This is now the Gillian Oath bow.
Oh.
It is now legendary instead of
Ooh.
very rare. The Gillian Oath bow is a +3 longbow. When you knock an arrow on this bow, it whispers in Elvish, "Pain and torment to my enemies." When you use this weapon to make a ranged attack, you can, as a command phrase, say, "Total annihilation to you who have wronged me." The target of your attack becomes your sworn enemy until it dies, or the next dawn instead of 7 days, whichever is sooner. You can only have one such sworn enemy at a time, but this means you can use it once a day instead of once every 7 days. When you make a ranged attack roll, same thing. It takes the extra piercing damage. Also, as part of an attack with this bow, you may draw a piece or draw an arrow from a loose earth surface or plant within 5 feet. You just hold your hand, and like an arrow will like essentially grow rapidly out of the dirt or plant, and you can pluck it free and fire it.
You can
That's
have an
pretty sick.
arrow garden.
So I will send that to you so you can
Damn.
yeah.
You just keep like a bag of dirt on your back as your quiver. You just like. Whoosh.
That's actually really interesting. And
So, can you, like the never-ending pot of mayo for a day, get a never-ending bag of dirt?
probably,
That'd be interesting.
You'd
you
never
know,
run out of ammo.
Listen would probably know that actually wouldn't be like too hard. You'd need something like maybe an earth elemental core, and some to something with earth element that draws power from the plane of earth, and some recursive magics, the same kind of magics that get used in bags of holding.
Cool.
And yeah, you think or Listen thinks he could make that happen.
I start thinking about like like a smaller, more compact version of like what's on the bitch's gift, and we're like, pocket elemental.
Yeah.
You just throw an elemental at somebody in like a
Alright.
bar fight out of your pocket.
I'm gonna start taking notes and just like draw.
Listen gets out a book.
Fascinating. Huh.
Yeah, she says, well, that should help.
Yeah, I think so. You can really smell the desire for revenge off a bow like this.
The demons have scarred our family.
I would ask if you could improve other weapons as well, but I feel that that improvement is more of one of a connection.
That's very insightful of you, because you're absolutely correct.
I know.
That's actually what I was gonna say. Like, if you like asked, like, or something like that.
Oh.
It's actually funny. That was like the explanation that I was gonna give you. You got ahead of me on that one.
pushes up his non-existent glasses.
Um. So, is there anything else I can do? Oh, would you like me to show you to, um, some hopefully adequate sleeping arrangements?
Yes, please.
As she's walking you toward, kind of, the more like, bedroomy area of this palatial estate, she says, there are 3 bedrooms, smaller bedrooms that are single person that we have available, and there's one that has 4 beds in it. Um, and then please forgive me for being favoritist, but Galavar, I have a little bit nicer room that I wish to put you up in.
Well, I don't
Oh,
really
very
need
well.
a bed because I I don't sleep. I can
Well,
sit up.
Surely you would like to meditate in a more comfortable
I mean, I do
position.
want to meditate, and no offense intended, but I do believe it would be safer for us to stay together.
So would you all like to stay in the 4-bedroom room?
That is my personal preference. I can't speak
I'm sure it
for
has a
the
comfy
others.
rug.
It's the law of the journey.
Sure. And Galavar, would you like to see the the room that I think you'd um
Sure, we can take a look.
yeah. She takes you over there, and yeah, it's like a nice it's like a nice in room. It looks it's one of the least disgusting parts. It's still in a little bit of a disarray, but it looks clean. She says, she kind of shows you in, and she kind of walks in and spins and says, I thought maybe someday you would come here, and I had this room made up for you, just in case.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that you were still thinking of me all this time.
You turn, and there is another beheaded demon skull hanging from the wall, and it's just been pinned there by an arrow that's straight through the center of its head and into the wall.
Oh, is that you're doing?
Yeah, I was decorating.
Nice, nice. Good touch.
Very efficient.
Yeah. You use what you got.
This is all very appealing, like decor for meat, given the marsh.
Yeah, there's various things you would see in a room. Like a candlestick holder is just like a demon bone that's been hollowed out, and is there's just various parts of demons that have been repurposed for materials. She shows the rest of you to your rooms. The room with the or she shows all of you, where it's not very far. It's kind of down the hall, and you take a turn, and you go through another smaller dining hall, and to get to it. And yeah, there's a room that's you got some the accommodations aren't as nice for sure, but it seems to be relatively clean, and it's free of demon ichor, which would be like the number one thing you'd want to watch out for here. She says, "I hopefully this is good enough."
Yeah.
It's a very nicely prepared room.
Yeah.
We don't
Better
require
than out
many
there.
accommodations.
I know the life of an adventurer is often without certain creature comforts, but I try to. I hopefully this is better than sleeping out in the woods.
Oh, quite a bit better.
Most certainly. Especially these woods.
Yeah,
These woods.
the closets are nasty. And last thing you want to do, I'll have to tell you about the time I woke up face to face with a Barlgura, about to smash my head in while I was sleeping up in the branches.
Hmm.
It sounds like a wonderful story, and one that we could all reminds us, I'm sure, of stories of our own.
I'd love to hear
Yes.
them.
For another time, we should rest now.
If there's anything you need, please holler. I will stage some of the help to fetch you anything you need. But with that, good night.
Good night.
She leaves.
Did she leave us just in the room of Galavar's, or have we seen the 4-bedroom too?
We're in the 4-bedroom.
Okay, good. We're in-
It's just down the
All right,
hall
so
from the other
I am-
bedrooms.
So Galavar's not in this room with us right now?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you see where the bedroom is down there, Galavar.
Oh.
That was the bedroom that she sent.
Oh.
She showed you to.
Okay.
But-
All right, so I will
Yeah,
be on
so-
the floor. Just
Oh, are
sitting-
all 4 of you gonna sleep, or all 5 of you gonna sleep in that room?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it would be safer if we were all together.
I need
Okay.
to discuss some things with all of you. And then I'm going to cast Tiny Hut. I'll ritual cast it
Okay.
to prevent any divination spells from going through. And I'll just cast it in the center of this room. So after 10
I
minutes...
think it's 10-foot
Yeah.
radius, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it fills up pretty much this whole room.
Yeah. And then once we're all inside, I'd look at Galavar and I'd say, I'm happy you found your mother. But the world that she's trying to create is not sustainable for life on other planes that we care more about.
What do you mean?
If the demons are all dealt with on every plane, then the devils would overrun it and eventually spread and enslave the prime material. Her end goal is not beneficial to the prime material.
Well, I mean, we don't know that for sure, right?
It's
I mean, we kind of do.
That's
I mean,
an
as
end
long-
goal that would outlive us by eons, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I really think that as long as the demons stay in their own plane, it's none of our business. I mean, I have no problems killing this demon in charge for your mother. I don't have any problems killing a couple demons. But
Demons suck.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. Demons suck. But again, they're on their own plane doing their own thing. It's
It's a very careful balance right now,
And
uh,
killing all of the demons is a slippery slope.
don't get me wrong. The devils winning this war is much better than the alternative. That being said, having neither of the outcomes ever come to fruition is probably the most beneficial for everyone on every plane.
Haven't the demons been taking over like an unknown vast amount of the planes already? Like, aren't they actually winning right now?
This is true. Um, which
Well,
is
you would know that they did for a long time, but the once they basically got to the devil's territory, there's been like essentially a 1,000-year standstill as the two forces have been
Mm.
keeping each other in check.
And if we take down too many demons, then they won't be able to keep the devils in check,
I think
and that will not be
out-
good for the Prime Materia.
I think taking out Spaghetti Man for his mom, taking out Inogu for Anzin, taking out certain large demons would still be beneficial, but we're not giving the devils too much of an upper hand in this war to overwhelm it. I think something needs to be done with your help, Galavar.
Maybe to free your mother from this demon's influence and hopefully bring her back to the Prime Materia.
That would be quite ideal if we could.
So you are in favor of tricking your mother out of her dream and taking her back to the Prime Material to live a normal life?
I mean, I am in favor of that. The way you worded it feels really weird to me, but
I'm just speaking plainly. I think if this is her actual dream, then we have to understand that there are maybe some consequences we don't know about yet that come with it.
I mean, I'm hoping that I know that she wanted at least part of this beforehand, but I'm hoping that once we free her of the demon's corrupting influence, maybe she'll understand more.
are you capable of something like that, Liston?
Well, my plan, and I look around, like, I know the dome is pretty good for divination, but I'm still, like, a little agitated. I will say my plan is to first cure her with a greater restoration, and rid her of maybe this influence that is presiding over her for the last couple of years.
If the demon does pop out of her, for lack of a better way to say that, we're going to probably need to fight and kill it.
This is true.
So we need to be prepared to fight as soon as you pop that greater restoration.
The other issue being that if there is a demon controlling her, and we are able to release her from it,
Then all the other demons that she is controlling right now are no longer going to be controlled by her.
that as well. There's a lot of things here. A third being, what if part of her still believes what she believes now, and it's not just the demon's control of her. And my solution to that would be maybe some sort of modified memory to come up with a situation to where she believes she wants to go back home and she wants to see you and your father and remain on the Prime Material.
Well, it's hard to say because, unfortunately, I don't think I could fight her. After being possessed, wishing that all the demons are dead is kind of something that just comes naturally. And it's still something that I believe in. But
And I do understand that, and I would only ask that you trust us, allow us to fight her, but not to the death. We have no intention of permanently harming or killing your mother. And that you protect us from any other demons that fight us while we are in this fight. Is that something we can agree on?
As long as she's alive at the end of the day, yeah, I can help.
Okay.
Do you remember anything about when you were separated from your mother? Like, in the moments that it happened, maybe there could be something there that I could change.
No. It was very blurry, and after being possessed, you kind of lose part of the memories of the time frame. So that's why I didn't have anything to go off to find her in the first place.
Mhm. I'm ready for good ideas if y'all can help me.
I'm thinking.
Can help me brainstorm a certain memory I can maybe implant or change into her mind.
I mean, I don't know what mission, but perhaps if we implanted an important mission that she needs to do on the prime materia plane, like something it's yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe she needs to come back to the prime materia because just like in the Lurkwood, there are demons coming through, and she needs to protect. I don't know.
That might work. Maybe create an indication that there's a spillage of demons coming over to the prime material, and before she can solve the never-ending cycle of demons down here, she has to stop them from leaking out in the prime material.
Yeah, because at least we would get her into the prime material, and then maybe we would have some time at least to think of something better or convince her to stay.
Yeah. Do we have that spell? I don't know that I
Modify memory? Oh.
No, I mean
The one I sent you?
yeah.
I know.
Oh, I thought that was I thought you said that in general. My bad. Dispel evil and good.
Don't I have that? I mean, we're sleeping right now, so I do. My staff has dispel evil and good, so I always have that.
Okay.
How coincidental that I would give you a staff
Like,
like 2 years ago.
well, not
A
really
staff that came from your mother during the arc where Galavar's mother got possessed.
Oh my
Which
god.
is hilarious.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, Galavar wasn't even
Which
part of
plan?
Yeah.
the group at this point.
There's no way I could have planned that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, I do
That's
have
just
dispel
actually
evil.
really funny.
Sounds
How
like
would I-
destiny.
how would I even know that?
No. There's been things
But
in the past I've learned about my own character that was set up.
Like, all right, here's the thing.
thing.
There are some things that I have planned years in advance. This whole arc has been on my mind for a while, but no,
You
not
have to believe him. Like, trust him. He will let you know when he's like,
Actually,
"Aha, paid
Not
off."
that coincidental about the staff, though, because in that arc, we were dealing with demons.
yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like when I posted that spell to you, I was like, well, we don't have any clerics or paladins in the group, so nobody's got this spell. It wasn't until you asked, like, does somebody have this, that I remembered her staff.
Wow. This is crazy. Okay, well, that solves the what's the word? The exorcism. But how do we convince her, make her believe it's her own idea to go back to return to the prime material?
Do you have any kind of spell that lets us go into her dreams? Maybe we can like
I
implant
do,
the
but-
idea of her intent.
Is she a half elf?
He's an elf, full elf.
Full elf. Okay, so no, because she doesn't dream, and she can't be magically put to sleep.
So we can't incept the idea.
I can detect thoughts, which is possible.
It is very likely that this could backfire, and she will get very angry and try to kill us.
And then there's
We'll knock her
banishment.
out and just keep her knocked out until we get back on the prime material. And
I'm gonna say, Manasa, prepare banishment for tomorrow.
got it. I will definitely make sure I can banish. And well, my staff I think has both of those, so I think I always have. Yeah,
Okay.
banishment is also part of my staff. So
Okay. Galavar, I'm looking for ideas for maybe something she might hold dear that'll make her return. And
I've already tried looking for ideas during our conversation at dinner.
If only there was someone present or an object in this room she really cared about.
Yeah, I
Just
kind
like
of
me
wish for that.
staring at Galavar.
yeah, the thing is, I mean, she never even reached out to him. She might love him and care about him, but
It's
it
been
wasn't
like
enough.
4 years or something since Lurkwood.
Yeah.
So like it feels like the mission she has is more important than anything else that's even possible.
But again, that might be partly because she's currently possessed by a demon. It's kind of what I'm hoping, but I'm
To
not.
be honest, she never even told me anything about her side of the family. It's just been me, her, and Dad.
do you think your father might have an idea about how to
I mean,
persuade her?
Liston
Maybe.
could send Ascending to your dad to see if he has any idea.
He's not gonna like
Just
that
out
I'm in
for
hell.
cross planes.
Well, I
Ooh,
can't
that's a
send
good
it
question.
through the tiny hut. But if I step out of the tiny hut, it just dispels, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So
So wait, does
Maybe-
Sending?
and you're not protected by your, by your tiny hut either. You're
Oh yeah, because then she would hear. She could possibly
Yeah.
hear the Sending asking the questions. So
yep.
never mind.
So
Also,
If
I
it-
would make sure you keep in mind that if you're going to be like casting spells on her and stuff like that, that she's gonna know you're casting spells on her.
Not if I'm an animal when I do it.
oh my god.
Why? No, okay, but here's the thing: if you're using your staff
Oh,
to
I
cast
can't
these
be.
spells, you need to be holding and using your staff.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be like, why is that dog carrying a staff and casting spells at me? Oh,
Oh.
it's Manasa.
She's just playing fetch. She loves that.
Do I have to be like facing her, or can people be in front of me?
You want to essentially.
Distract her. Just try to do it out of her sight. I mean, I can do some rolls to see how well I hide my casting.
Well, I would look at the spell. For one, it does. So the way Dispel Evil and Good works is you cast it and you hold on to it concentration for 1 minute.
That's
and then
true.
at some point, during that minute, you can touch a creature to try to.
I am
See you,
also
like,
going
around
to
the corner
need
in the hall.
either holy
Yeah.
water, powdered silver, or powdered silver and iron.
I could
So
probably
does
get
anyone
these
have
things.
holy
Don't
water?
you have holy water?
I think we might have. I think we actually did have
That's-
holy water.
Because you're casting it from your staff, that is already
Oh, so
taken care of.
Okay. Okay.
The staff was made to eschew those materials.
Now it only takes one action to cast, so she may know I'm casting it, and she may be able to, counter it.
Generally,
If
the
possible.
rule of thumb I've used is that beyond 60 feet is kind of where people can't hear you verbally casting a spell.
What if? Oh wait, no. So the spell doesn't take effect if Galavar casts silence on Manasa. There's no sound coming out.
No.
Or...
I mean, I would
Somatic,
say the same.
verbal components don't trigger in a area of silence
Right.
What if,
because you can't speak under the words
What if-
of magic
Oh wait,
What if-
I can ignore the verbal and
on druid
somatic.
spells.
What if
It
you-
just says Archdruid. Additionally, you can ignore the verbal and somatic components of your druid spells, as well as any material components that lack a cost and aren't consumed by your spell. You
But
gain
it's
this benefit
Of your druid spells.
in both your normal shape and your beast shape. Oh, okay. So because it's a staff spell and not a druid
Yeah,
spell?
it's not a druid spell at all, and it's coming from your staff, so it's kind of like two different reasons why.
Okay. What if we cast silence on her? Are we able to? Is she able to hear anything outside of?
Well, then it's super awkward.
It
Oh,
is
you-
awkward.
That
I mean,
yeah,
she'd
if,
hear us casting silence then, though, wouldn't she?
true.
I mean, if we're going to be casting a spell, we might have just cast my spell.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
With one action.
Because here,
Quite a puzzle. I love these kind of things, by the way. This I love this.
can't you charge your home rep bat like down the hall and then just start sprinting?
Like ready in action.
Essentially,
Hmm. That's a good
Because
question. Can I ready
if you're like
the
around the
spell?
corner in another room,
Oh, ready
Nobody's
the
looking
spell
at
and then complete the spell as you touch her.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
it's like do all the components of it
well,
except for the final
eh,
like step and
well-
then finish it.
The ready only lasts for 1 round.
And-
The duration of this spell itself is 10 rounds.
yeah. So
that-
theoretically, you have plenty of time to move.
Yeah, I mean, I have all my movement speed. So if we were like around the corner where she couldn't see me and might not understand that what I'm saying is a spell, I could just be talking to someone else and I could round the corner and touch her.
Yeah, by principle, spells are noticeable and clear that you're casting a spell. So I'm saying as long as you're 60 feet away and out of sight, you're good. Anything less than that, I'm gonna say she's gonna realize you're casting a spell.
But I mean, is there
Hmm.
anything she can do about it until like before I'm done with the spell other than counter?
She might have counterspell. I have no idea.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, I
might
would
have a
also-
way to break her concentration by doing lots of damage to you.
Right, but I can upcast this. I mean, if this is this important, I can just automatically cast this at a super high level.
Does that
So something
affect
to
your
keep
ability
in
to
mind-
concentrate on it? Doesn't it still disappear if your concentration's broken?
This is true. I mean, you guys would have to keep
Yeah, she's
her-
talking about for counterspell, right?
Yeah, for
Oh.
counterspell, it would. I
Yeah.
could probably make sure
But-
she can't counterspell it. But you would.
Like I was saying, you can absolutely cast this some distance away. You have 10 rounds at which
to get up to touch her.
get up and touch her.
That's true.
10 rounds, you can move 700 feet in 10 rounds.
Technically, oh, okay, real quick. Technically, would this be the dining hall that we were in? Or is that...
No, that's a different dining hall.
Okay. I'll say you could be in this room and have ran over to the dining hall or wherever we meet. But
So I could wait until the very last minute, so that she wouldn't even necessarily get the concentration chances.
yeah. Well,
Like if I cast
Essentially.
this spell. Okay.
and we don't know anything about dispel magic, you know. I mean, I have no idea what she's capable of at this point.
And something else we need to keep in mind is she's gonna have her guard up. Like the entire time she's here, she is looking for any subtle thing that might be out to harm her, since she's surrounded by basically enemies she has under her control.
We need to also consider the possibility of legendary resistances, so all this could be for nothing. If she has.
She's so badass.
And there's the other thing where if we
Okay,
were to
I
continue
don't
helping
actually
her,
need to hold concentration. The minute that I touch her and dispel the demon, dispel evil and good is gone. So, yes, I can. What I can do, because it's basically I'm casting it on myself, but then if I touch someone else, I'm dispelling it. Now, it will show a shimmering energy that surrounds and protects me. So she would be able to see the shimmering energy. But the thing is, if I was in another room, you're right, I can walk 700 feet in a minute, right?
Well, yeah.
If I was in another room and I walked in behind her and there were you guys were distracting her, preventing her from turning around, she wouldn't see the shimmering energy. I could touch her without her ever knowing I cast a spell or seeing me, and then she would have the demon dispel.
Now, just forewarning, I'll probably have you make a stealth check.
That's fine. I mean, I figure it's not without worry, and that worst case scenario will fight her for a minute until I can get close enough to touch her.
Stealth check, huh?
Stealth
Let me
check.
just switch up my prepared spells while we're sleeping. Oh, man, it's already good.
You mean you? Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have that.
It's already prepared.
So
One
wait,
of the most powerful spells in the
Misty
game.
Step is part of my circle, and it's not a concentration. So I could have Dispel Evil and Good up, Misty Step the 30 feet into the room
But
right next to her
I think
and
you'd
touch
be
her.
casting 2 spells at the same time then, so you...
Not if the
Well,
other
no,
one's already
that-
on.
Yeah, if she casts it one round,
It stays
then-
on for a minute.
looks through the keyhole and like Misty Steps on a next round,
Yeah.
and then touches, that would be a bonus action and an action.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, Misty Step is a bonus action. I forgot.
She's gonna
Yeah.
basically Misty Step football tackle out of like nothing.
Yeah.
I like the Misty Step Greater Rich or Dispel Evil and Good.
Wait a minute. What if you have my
Surprise exorcism.
X-ray ring?
If I had your
The power of Christ can smell you, bitch.
I have an X-ray ring that allows you to see through walls for a minute.
Ooh, yeah. Yes,
Ooh.
that would be perfect.
It is. Oh wait, is it a
Wait,
minute?
is that
Hold on, let me
concentration
reread it.
Oh, I think that takes an action,
Might
but
be.
it lasts some time, right?
Yeah, let me scroll down onto my list of things
I feel
here.
like it lasts a minute or something.
Can see through solid matter for 1 minute. Is it concentration? No,
I
it's
doubt
not
it.
concentration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has a radius of 30 feet. So
Which is exactly what I can Misty Step.
yeah, I will take off the ring of X-ray vision and give it to you to attune to tonight.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'll just take it back in the future.
Yeah. Cool. We got a plan, guys.
We'll probably do this after we deal with Spurgorgon, though, so we can get in and out of here freely.
Well, I was thinking about that as well. If we send your mom away and there's a void and Spagorgon knows that your mom is gone, he's probably going to try to reclaim his fortress here. So we could just have him come to us after she's away and then deal with him.
And then deal with all of the remaining demons in the plane.
It would be a task.
I think
I
it'd
mean,
be
I
easier to
kind
deal
of
with
think
him.
it would be easier to deal with him first. Yeah,
Come here, we can rest up again if need be.
that's
I
true.
was just thinking, like, here we could use as, like, we can have extra planning and more time while we wait and jump on him without him knowing, rather than us going to him and...
The thing is, there's a ton of demons in this castle that
But I
right
bet-
now, because the mom is here, are being
Well,
controlled.
his mother was already talking about sending the demons away, so we'd fake we're doing her plan, and then...
No, not away, but
Away from the not
the
away from
hidey
the
hole.
castle. Yeah.
Plus, I bet the hidey hole looks so cool. I bet you there's lots of cool places to battle on.
I bet there's like a whole map and everything.
Yeah.
It might be the wizard.
Beautifully colored.
It might be the wizard in me and just wanting to fight on my own turf rather than go somewhere
Somewhere
that
else.
I'm not unprepared For
The ranger in me doesn't have his own turf, so
There is also the issue of if we do manage to exorcise the demon, then there are going to be a lot of uncontrolled demons that we will then have to get away from.
Right. I'm thinking if we go with Galavar's plan where we kill the other demon first, then we come back, we exorcise the demon, and then we huff it out of here with his mom.
or
Possibly even some kind of teleport out of here.
Something to note: we also have an objective that we came here before we knew Galavar's
yeah.
mom was here. We might want to achieve that before we go trying this, because once we do this, we're going to need to get off this plane.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
yeah, because her leaving is also gonna absolutely.
It's going to create a power
Speed
vacuum,
up.
and we're going to be dead center of that vacuum as everything swarms in.
It's gonna speed up the process of the Demogorgon.
Exactly. So we should probably deal with that first before we attempt any of this.
the Demogorgon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with that.
Spagorgon, Demogorgon, and then home. I got a mechanics question real quick.
Yeah.
I've reread this Dispel Evil Good like 3 times, and it's not
Yeah.
sticking in my head. So
It's weird.
when you attack a creature that's possessed, do you send the creature and the possessed somewhere else? Like, do you separate them and then say like she would get sent back to the material plane because she's still from there?
Well, okay, so you cast it, it lasts a minute, right? And then
Right.
at one point, you can touch a creature that's charmed, frightened, or possessed, and they are no longer charmed, frightened, or possessed, right? And it doesn't specify any more than that. But, so this is the break enchantment version. I would say that the possessed or the possessing creature would just exit the possessee and probably just end up in the space next to them. If you're talking about the dismissal part,
Yeah.
you would. It's the same as banishment, so you send it back to its home plane if it isn't there already.
So for someone, oh, is the dismissal like on just a regular creature and it's separate from the possession portion?
Well, the
No, it has to
dismissal-
be against a celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And it's basically like banishment on them.
yeah.
But that I will have already ended the spell just by dispelling the demon
Using the
from her.
action. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The
So-
minute that I touch her, my spell ends, but the demon is out of her.
Yeah.
Now I could cast it again, possibly to then touch or attack the demon again, but I might as well just do banishment at that point.
Right. Interesting thing about this compared to normal banishment is that normal banishment says if you're on the same plane, you send them to like a harmless demi-plane.
That's
This-
true. This one,
doesn't
they
say
are
anything about that.
the undead are sent to Shadowfell.
Yeah, and Fate of the Feywild, but
Yeah.
but if it's against a fiend and you're on its home plane, it probably just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, so I would have to actually banish it. But even that would only banish it for like a minute, right?
For a minute, yeah, and then it would come back.
We just need to kill this thing once it's separated.
Yeah, we just have to kill it
Yeah.
once it's out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's the step of the plan here?
Okay.
Okay, steps of the plan are, in my opinion, so what, I forgot, it's been so long. What was our original objective for coming here?
The Demogorgon.
The Demogorgon
right,
clans because
Demogorgon.
they're causing problems up top, even though they're being hindered by Mom's crew. So if we get rid of Mom, that's going to cause issues. So in my opinion, it should be Spagorgon, Demogorgon, and then back here.
Yes, I think that is a good order of events.
Because once we get Spagorgon out of the way, then we can actually enlist her assistance with, like, the assistance of her demons against the Demogorgon in order to get that taken care of. And then, yeah,
Go ahead.
because she won't be worrying about a constant war and allocating forces. if we get rid of the enemy. So then she'll be able to like help us with the Demogorgon. At least, hopefully.
And then with
This is
those
if we
3
trust
power
her.
heads out, this plane is just lesser demons for the most part.
And that's better than what it currently is in any facet, really.
And to add, what you knew, more information about what you knew about the whole Demogorgon situation is that there was a bunch of cultists on the material plane that were trying to find ley lines, basically trying to find another ley line intersection that was as strong as the one in their Lurkwood, so that they could open up another portal and try to get Demogorgon through to the material plane.
Hmm.
Okay, so we've gotten a map from your mom about how to find this guy she wants us to kill, right?
Yeah, and it's essentially a map of the hidey hole. So it's like we know where we're at inside the place. We're not flying blind this time
Okay.
around.
Cool. So yeah, I think that is a good way to do it. We do the evil guy first, then the Demogorgon, and then your mom.
Is there?
And we do your mom.
Which one?
You could say it differently than that, but yes.
Which do we think is going to be the harder fights, the Gorgon or the Demigorgon? Like, I guess from what we know, DM, like which?
Yeah.
Which,
Can we do like a?
which is the big
Demogorgon?
bad boss?
Demogorgon is
She's in the building.
probably the most well-known demon prince, arguably the strongest one.
Okay.
So the strongest demon ever.
Okay.
All right, so you know
Alright,
it's a
got
Wednesday
that.
for us.
So if we do the Demigorgon
We're
before,
doing the Demigorgon.
All right, is
I
it
will
Two
cute?
heads and
Like, we
four
need to know.
tentacles.
I mean, I guess that's one way to deal with it, but might not be the
I
best.
I mean,
Yeah, what do I-
probably Manasseh's way.
What do I have to roll for seduction?
It's a shame he's a demon.
Would he fit in a gemstone that's 25,000?
Ooh.
25,000.
Yeah, my biggest.
You and your
my biggest
scary demon collection.
This is the one that
so-
the Suicide Squad.
It's- Is it 2,000 per CR? Is that the calculation?
I thought we did. It was 1,000. I thought we agreed on 1,000.
Oh, because it was it 500 per hit dice before?
Yeah. And then I think we changed to 1,000.
So it's
for-
1,000.
So is it a 25 CR?
25 is pretty much let me look.
Don't say it's like 30.
So make
Uh-huh.
and
Oh.
Say Arcana. Say it. Just say it right now.
Religion.
religion check.
All right, I got 5 religion.
Sorry about that.
Who's got? All right, I'll do it.
I got -1. I'll do the roll for you.
Ah.
Good.
Ooh.
I don't know as much as you listen.
You're not sure.
God damn it.
What about
sure.
what about
What
Gullivar?
does this do? Oh shit, that's worse. I rolled a 2.
Oh. Yeah, you're not sure.
All right. Well.
I rolled my religion check to see if I know if this demon is hot.
I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it.
All demons are hot.
Sunvara, let's see. You got 14. Are you trained in are you proficient in religion?
I am not.
Okay. You're not sure. Your base instinct is that it probably isn't, because you've seen very few hot demons. Argral,
Fair
you
enough.
also have no idea.
I'm not religious.
You're like, maybe Yunagu is because like you're like, hey Knowles, like look at me. You've seen yourself in the mirror before. You're like, yeah,
Fuck, I'm hot.
yeah. Like if the god of Knowles, like if I'm not the god of Knowles, then he's probably smoking.
Mm, mm.
Mm. I just like imagine we're all like getting different things from this like discussion, this like strategic discussion, and Argyle just kind of wants to participate to be part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a couple of days to think about how to modify Galavar's mom's memory.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially since we aren't
So
going to
you're
be pursuing this right off the bat. We have other things we got to attend to first.
So you're still going with modify memory though as the spell that you're thinking about?
I feel like it would be the most right.
Okay.
And
because I did show you like specific texts that I think you should be paying attention to in that
I'm
spell.
changing an event, not her emotions, and how she feels is up to her.
Right. Yeah.
Is that what you're getting at? Because I understand
exactly.
that. All right.
Yeah.
Um,
So if it goes against her very like beliefs, she may just be like, "Wow, that's fucking weird. Why would I say that? Why would I do that?"
Well, I have the feeling that the way she feels that way has been caused by her time down here anyway. So if I can change an event about her time down here, then maybe her end goal will change. Like I'm trying
You change
to,
the parameters of her thinking, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like her goal to kill demons will just be achieved in a different way. Just
So
not here.
even though we aren't doing this right off the bat, we
It'll be tough.
may want to keep the resources allocated in case we need to instigate a plan B.
And yeah,
Like a rush scenario, basically.
I mean, because
we
it's
don't know
part
what
of
we're going
my-
to run into.
Because it's part of my staff, I don't have to worry about doing like I always have them. I always have Dispel Evil and Good, and as long as I'll just keep the X-ray ring until we're done.
What are you unattuning?
Ooh, good question. Because I do
Wave?
have all my things attuned right now.
Jory's Legacy? What's your third?
Because suggestion, it stops once I'm done, right? It lasts 8 hours duration, so that wouldn't work. Because then in 8 hours you'd just try to return to here and like that's all I'm thinking is like modify memory is like the only sure permanent way of like convincing her, I guess. We need to make her believe that this is her idea.
Normally, I can attune 3 things, right?
Right.
I have Jory's Legacy. Is Wave attuned?
Yes.
So Jory's Legacy, Wave, and the Cloak of Elven Kind?
That shouldn't.
Okay, so the Ring of Spell Storing?
I think it's the Ring of Spell Story.
Okay, so I just won't have the Ring of Spell Storing attuned. I'll switch it. In fact, I'll give the Ring of Spell Storing to Galavar since we're switching.
I forgot you have a Ring of Swimming. That's right. Your Pirate Boo gave you that.
I totally didn't even realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It was like almost a. He tried to marry you with that.
Oh, is that what he tried to marry me
I
with?
remember this.
I mean,
Yeah,
I remember him
you were all there for
proposing.
that.
I don't know if I realized it was with like a magical ring.
Yeah, he's a sea elf. It's kind of
Yeah.
thematic.
I mean, I do love my boo, but I'm not ready to settle down. And I think
Bum,
he's
bum,
pretty
bum.
happy with like our open relationship.
He seemed perfectly happy.
Yep. He gets to fool around, I get to fool around, but we're still like boos.
Yeah. He's your
He
boo. Transporting your booze.
Yep. My booze.
went to,
transporting my booze.
He went to whatever the fantasy version of Jared is. It's like, oh, instead of he went to Jared.
Wasn't? Didn't we do that gag like when that happened?
Did we?
I
Yeah, I'm
think so,
pretty
yeah.
sure we were like we came up with
Yeah.
like a jeweler named Jared or something.
Oh
like
yeah, I
that.
Yeah,
remember
what is
that.
Jared?
Jared, the
You went to
elven
Jared.
ring maker.
It just kind of goes to show when you get the certain like the triggers for like the
Yeah.
comedy beats, your brain is still wired the same way to go the same path. You went to
Alright, well,
Jared.
Makes
I
me
will-
want to look that one up again.
I will give the ring of spell storing. Galavar, you're the one who gave me the X-ray ring, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Let me post its details for you.
Do you have an open attunement, Galavar?
Well, if I don't have the Ring of X-ray, then yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'll give you the ring of spell storing. Right now, it looks like sending and locate object on it. Can
Oh,
I put other
sick.
spells on it, or?
It's pretty good, actually. All right, cool.
All
All right,
Yeah,
so
you guys-
Galavar, you now have sending and locate object on your ring of spell storing, and I have an X-ray ring.
you guys trade rings.
We do.
Now you're married.
I
Is this an Elvish
She
thing
went to
I wasn't
Jared.
thought about?
Yep.
I'm going to.
Don't worry, we just need to trade it back in order to divorce.
My God, it's just so simple.
That's it.
My God, why didn't I think of that?
I'm gonna drop the dome and send a sending. A couple. Of
Okay.
First sending is going to go to the 3 best wizards I know, which are myself, and myself. Well, I'm
What?
gonna ask the one that was the most recent created one, not
Okay.
the one who's probably just still in the lab watching the GHB.
All right.
And say, round up the listings and work on creating Onomancy modify memory at any cost. Love you, bye.
I love that Liston said "love you" to himself.
more than anyone.
That is
The first
That is
person
on
listening
brand.
ever said "I love you" to.
Yeah.
Only person.
He's never even said that to his mom.
Listen to this.
Whoa.
That doesn't even work.
Listen, basically made a robot of himself and is like, "I love you."
Damn, bro.
Oh, you're so perfect. You got perfect kissable lips. Come over here.
That's true.
I mean, I was kind of thinking that, but I wasn't going to say it.
Meat will say whatever you're thinking with no filter.
The Liston League of Lovers. It's just himself.
I mean, it's basically just masturbation, right?
I mean,
God.
basically, yes.
I guess. Yeah.
all right. Anyway,
Uh,
you guys stop thinking about this right now.
There's just like a Liston like yearly calendar with like lewd pictures of Liston passed around.
casting silence now.
Tasteful Liston nudes.
Tasteful news, yeah.
Like Liston holding like a two-handed sword with a bush hiding his lower half, and
18 gay naked listings at Ram.
oh, I think Casting hard.
Oh
Oh God.
Okay. Second sending, completely.
Getting hot in this room.
Second sending.
They send you back an affirmative.
All right.
They also say I love you.
Love you too.
They are incapable of love.
But they say it.
Oh.
They say it. It's fake love.
They still say it. Yeah, like it's like a recorded response, you know.
Second sending is going to Galavar's dad.
Okay.
Where's your
Uh,
dad?
I am here in hell with Galavar. We found your wife. I need help modifying her memory to persuade her to come back home. Is that 25?
It was like 22.
Oh,
20-ish.
bye.
Don't hit on my dad, bro.
Apparently,
Stop.
Liston's into dads.
He's a
He
I'm punching Liston.
he comes back with like, "Oh my god, oh my god, you found her! I can't believe that. What do you need me to do? Are you all okay? Where are you?"
Listen, my dad doesn't know we come down here.
Does it?
Oh, might want to have told him that. Usually, you don't go to hell without letting someone know where you've gone. You know.
Yeah, but last time I told him, I was thinking about it, he told me not to come down here, so.
I'll
Doesn't mean you don't tell him.
send another.
You
shot.
say, "Okay, Dad, thanks for the advice. Bye."
We are, and I tell him the plane. I don't remember. I just,
Does this one have a name, or is it like Y22C3 or something?
Here,
Correct, Toth.
yeah, correct.
Correct.
We are the plane, correct, Hoth. I just need more information about something you might know about her, what she values most or valued for her time down here, and how I might convince her to leave.
Yeah, he basically comes back and says, he says, "Oh yes, correct, Toth." He says, "I had hoped that her number one priority was to her family." And there's like kind of a long pause. And he says, "But she also was always a fervent protector of the Lurkwood and the material plane."
Okay. Okay. I will sleep on that then. I'm ready to rest and brainstorm.
All right. Anybody else? Anything before you go to sleep?
I don't think so.
Well, Galavar, you gonna go sleep in your comfy bed? Your mom did make it for you. I mean,
She might tuck you in with her weird, gross root hands and fingers.
I'm sure she's very gentle
Oh,
with
my
them.
mom, gross.
No, just her hands and body and everything that's been corrupted.
Stop it, you too!
Look, it's not your mom, it's the corruption.
I'm casting silence on this room.
Should we plan
Meets just gesturing.
a watch? Just, like we take turns.
I mean,
it's not that I don't trust your mother, Galavar. I'm very since I don't need as much time, I do stay awake for the first 2 hours.
Okay.
I feel weird showing any signs of distrust at the moment, so I'm just gonna fall asleep.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So no watch other than the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You guys go to sleep. You pass out pretty heavily. Adventuring is hard work. You guys have been trudging through like nasty, abyssal swamps and fighting like scores of demons.
Can I have ritual cast alarm on the door before?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, I'll do.
I was just gonna say, like, Meat was just gonna grab that, like, carafe or whatever it is that has a handle sitting on the nightstand and just, like, hang it off the door handle. If somebody tries to open it, it'll fall and wake us up.
Does Argyle curl up in a ball when he sleeps?
Yeah, does he
No.
sleep like a big puppy?
No, Argyle is definitely like a face down sleeper.
Eagle
that's-
spread.
That takes up as much room as
starfish.
possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Argyle
that's great.
definitely farts in his sleep.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he has the smelly
Who
dog fart
doesn't?
for sure.
You
It's all
telling me
that
there are people who
vegetation.
don't fart in their sleep? I don't believe that.
Manasa doesn't, unless she does. Wait, does
Oh,
she? She's
Manasa
just sitting there
does.
meditating with her eyes open and then just like letting like
Yeah,
massive
Manasa's fully
tremors rip.
conscious when she does it.
So she could just like she just rips ass and rattles the floorboards and then just has a smirk on her face while she's just meditating. Must have been an earthquake.
I detect tremors in the ground.
Well,
Aha! Premonition.
So yeah, you set up your carafe on the door, and then Listen casts an actual spell. And you all fall asleep, and Manasa, you kind of sit awake for a while, listening, thinking to yourself about current events. And Manasa, give me a perception check.
Holy shit, I rolled bad.
Yes, you did. You rolled a 2.
It's like my Arcana check.
But 19 is surely good enough, isn't it, DM?
How is your
Do I have-
perception so good?
Like, advantage? Perception?
Yeah, I think you.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah,
From
We
where?
both do.
I think you
Mine's
have an
only
extra.
8 though.
Yeah. Right. That's already factored in. That's why you've got a +6 +11 instead of +6 +6 or +6 +5. But anyway, yeah, you don't hear, see anything. And eventually, a couple hours in, you decide to start your meditation, and you meditate. 4
And
hours
fart.
later, you come out of your meditation, and it's still dark, and everybody's still sleeping. And everybody wakes up pretty well rested. The bed's a little lumpy. Not the best accommodations, but you've had worse. Everybody can get their hit points back, spell slots.
He loved the bed. He's used to sleeping on hot rocks.
Marco, go outside, go potty. Go potty.
Go potty. Time to go potty. Just Argle's like
oh,
incredibly
fuck you!
offended.
My litter box is right there.
Argle, you know what? We don't have a litter box.
You guys gotta be
Ah.
careful. Argle doesn't have to worry about wasting rages anymore.
That's very true.
Oh,
Oh no! I'll go
Give me your bag.
That's my secret, assholes.
I'm always angry.
I'm always raging.
It's like a quiet contemplative rage that spirals out of control.
Yeah, and you wake up. What do you do when you're all up and rested?
I'm checking the carafe on the door.
Still there.
Smack it off the door handle.
My alarm.
It
goes
crashes to the
ground.
ground. Yeah, what does your alarm sound like when it goes off?
It's just really loud, like banging. Like,
Like,
what's
Is it
the
like in his head?
It's the metal tube falling meme. Like the giant metal tube like hitting the floor. Ding 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 ding. You know,
Nice.
that's what I hear.
Is it unique to you, or is it something that makes an audible noise in the area?
I think it's just me. in my head.
Okay, so it just scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
What is this from?
Joe, what is that from?
It's from a commercial. I remember seeing it, but I can't remember like where it's from anymore. I'll have to find it.
Oh.
What
It's funny.
Pretty good. I can't stop watching it.
I know.
Yeah. There's a lot of little details on that.
Yeah.
It's like
where
a
do you guys?
really impressive puppet.
Where do you go? What you do?
I mean, Argyle wants to go out into the garden.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You can go out to the garden. They've got some really like messed up looking like vegetables. Everything looks real like alien and twisted.
I'd definitely be like taking notes and looking at the plants and stuff.
Taste them. Try them out.
Maybe not.
He's gonna look around in the kitchen.
Definitely interested in the effects that this realm has on these vegetables.
I'm gonna be AFK for like 1 minute.
Yeah. The kitchen looks pretty unused. You guys are just kind of exploring.
You should see what effects those vegetables have on your stomach. For science.
Guess, yeah, maybe our girl will like
Just like
gather
nibble.
some of the vegetables and take them into the kitchen and start experimenting.
Yeah, like any nibbles you do on the raw versions, they're kind of bitter and very tough. You feel like if you like cooked them up, like really boiled them for a while, you might be able to soften them up enough to make it a little more palatable, especially if you can add some kind of seasoning.
Maybe roast them. I do have like oil. I can
Yeah.
make oil with my jug. So
Our girl starts cooking up breakfast.
Meat's just fascinated by the process. The only vegetables he usually encounters is in like a beef stew or something.
Yeah. That's what I feed my food.
It makes them tastier. Wonder if it tastes good on its own. Is that devil lettuce?
Devil lettuce, demon
Yeah.
lettuce,
Demon lettuce.
demon lettuce, yeah, and
He's gonna
demon
eat it.
carrots.
He's gonna eat a leaf of demon lettuce.
Yeah, it. You don't like it any more than regular lettuce.
He just
Uh,
spits it back out on the counter.
Manasa, what do you do?
I don't know. I probably.
Do you have some kind of vision, like while you're meditating?
I
Do
don't
you
know,
see like a random thing from some random elf ancestor?
I don't know. Do I?
You learn like a yeah, like in during your meditations you actually learn like an interesting recipe that you've never thought about before.
Would I be able to use any of the ingredients here to even possibly make that recipe?
No.
Okay.
No, you need things pretty specific to the high forest.
All right then. I'll probably hang out with Liston, whatever Liston wants to do.
He's face down in bed.
Oh.
Yeah, Liston's still like drooling on his pillow, passed out. Wizarding is hard when you have a 10 strength.
I would probably just hang out in the room for a while then. I would want to leave Galavar alone just in case he wanted to like talk with his mom or whatever. And
He's dealing with a lot right now.
Exactly.
He's trying out his new bow.
Ah, okay. So
Oops.
and Argrel and Meat seem to be doing what they want to do. You know what? I would probably go with Argrel and Meat to check out the kitchen and see if there's any kind of booze that can be made. Like what kind of boozes they have that I could possibly make on my island, if they're any good, like...
Oh yeah, there's some casks back there in that like storage.
Yeah, I would go
room down
check.
there.
I would go check out all the boozes.
His mom
Yeah.
patrolling the area is terrifying.
Yeah, I think I saw her just sneak in, and I was like, ooh.
I'm just imagining anytime she enters the room, you start to hear that kind of like the Left 4 Dead, like when you're around the witch, and you're like.
Every once in a while, you just see her sitting in the corner and staring at the corner.
Not my mom.
No, it's like the ambient noise of like you hear the like chanting and like the like weird The weird like
the
Space
radio
Odyssey
static.
noise and stuff. Yeah,
Radio static from Silent Hill.
like there's always some kind of weird auditory wrongness in the area.
Manasa, you check out the booze casks, and there seems to be booze in there. It smells pretty strong.
I try it.
It's hard. It's a hard liquor.
Is it basically like moonshine, where it's horrible but very alcoholic?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it blood
extremely
wine?
potent. Yep. What's that?
Is it blood wine?
Blood wine? You don't detect the irony taste that you would expect if it were made from blood.
I feel like there's anything I could make of this to use on my party boat or island.
You feel like at best you could use this as like kind of like a gag thing. Like you like be like, "Oh, check out this booze I imported from the abyss." And like, I mean, actually, if you were to like be like, "Hey, look, I got some
I
booze
literally
from the
brought this
abyss,"
from hell.
like people would be like, yeah, I want to try that. Like, I want to have
yeah.
demon booze." Like,
People would pay good money to try it, even if they'd hate it. Like they're just like, oh, you don't often get to taste something from another plane.
yeah,
Yeah, I may
Right.
try to take some demon booze with me when we leave.
cool. Yeah.
Oh man, if only we brought some stuff back from the Feywild. Wasn't that super tasty?
Yeah. Oh, darn.
It's not like you can't go back.
That's true.
That's
Go back to
true.
the Feywild.
And we have friends there now.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are.
We could start a production in the Feywild.
Oh,
That's what I'm
shit,
talking
you're
about.
right.
You could literally. You're at the point where you could just import like. You could get phase like making stuff for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Once
Meat's
a
always
week,
happy
open
to.
a portal and bring it all through.
Yeah, and Meat's always happy to help out with those kind of like investments because he needs to also help fund like the marsh, and so he could provide lizard folk like guards for the shipments and stuff as long as like they get a cut.
While you guys are tasting the abyssal booze and making abyssal stew, Nuala walks into the courtyard and sees Galavar pulling out his bow, getting ready to shoot at some targets, and she kind of just casually walks up. And she smiles, and she kind of just waits, like she kind of leans up against the fence next to you, Galavar.
Okay. Where is it?
Did you already change it on your sheet?
The damage didn't change, right? I just changed the name.
Actually, yeah, it went
Oh, it did?
from. I believe it went from being a.
Oh, I added the +3 on there. Oh wait,
yeah,
did
the
it?
+3.
Yeah. Is that?
Yeah, it looks like well. So you get.
Oh wait a minute, I didn't change it on. Oh yeah, I did. Oh, is that a -3?
It looks like a -3.
Whoops. Oh, so it should be -2 now on the sharpshooter.
Oh.
But on my
Let me see.
this one is a +3. Yes, that should be correct, I think.
So if you just put 3 in the magic bonus, it will take care of the damage and to hit.
Magic bonus?
Yeah, like see, it says Dex and then
Oh.
range and then magic bonus. That so +3 bow gives +3 damage and to hit.
Oh. So should I get rid of it between proficiency and dexterity?
You can, or you can put it another +3 next to the damage. It's up to you.
I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah.
If I do it in the sharpshooter version, I still have to have that minus though.
Yeah, you can put just a -5 there, I guess. On the sharpshooter version.
It's fine there.
Did it go back to the way it was? Oh no, you put it. Okay, you put the +3 and +3. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Either way, you pull back hard, on this bow, and you launch this arrow, and just this bow, it feels like it resists micro changes in direction. Like it feels like it auto steadies itself. Um, it's very receptive to your your forces that you put on it when you're aiming it, but it's like any shakiness you might have ever felt in a bow, it's just like rock solid.
That's pretty sick.
And yeah, you launch this arrow and you nail this target, and yeah, pretty much dead center. And she's like, nice shot.
Hmm.
And
The
this arrow
improvements feel
goes
pretty
like
good.
goes through the target, like just,
Nice. I didn't realize you could do something like this.
it's not really being the ruler of a plane doesn't come with an instruction manual. You just kind of figure out you can do things. And I can only, I only have partial control. And I
Yeah,
have
man.
full control over this plane. Well, I'll be happy to have those tools at my disposal.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like this kind of thing comes with an instruction book, huh?
Yeah. And she takes one of her like digitigrade feet, and she steps up on the fence, and she kind of spins a bit so that her back's towards you, and then she just like does this effortless like backflip and just lands like near silently on the other side of you. And then she pulls off her bow and drags an arrow out of the floor and like fires it off at a target. And I don't have her character sheet up. But let's see. Collections. My homebrew creations. Page 4, I think. I have a few
Carry the
pages.
decimal.
There we go. She got a 19.
Ooh.
So her attack, likewise, just if to somebody who may not be as eagle-eyed as you are, as intimately familiar with archery in all of its forms, wouldn't notice the difference, but you feel like this shot was just a tiny bit better.
Yeah. Still
she-
got a ways to go, don't I?
I'm sure you've made all kinds of great shots. Where are your friends?
I think some of them were cooking.
Liston is in bed with a pillow over his face, like thinking about the modify memory like it's a school project coming up, and he's just like,
Oh, I want to try something. I blow the silent alarm for Liston only.
Yeah, you pull out a horn and you just blow this horn. She gives you kind of a funny look. Listen, you just hear like it's like somebody's in the room with you, like blowing a horn.
just fall out of bed.
Oh, I just like to mess with him sometimes.
I'm glad you have friends that you're close with.
Me too. Be
I
better with you around.
I'm glad to hear that. And Yeah, I hope that can be. I hope that can be the case. Let's go catch up with your friends. And she kind of just like effortlessly like grasshopper hops over the fence. Argral, you finish up you finish up breakfast, cooking breakfast,
Yeah.
and yeah, you think you did. Why don't you give me a I guess it's a wisdom check, I
Yeah.
suppose, and you're proficient in it.
Oh no.
Uh, so
Maybe.
let's see. Yeah, you got an 11. It is it's food. It's not the worst thing anybody's ever had,
It's just really
but
difficult to work with. Yeah.
it's like, you got something at a diner that's, not it's not the best, but it's food.
It's the Denny's in Reno.
Yeah,
Gosh,
yeah,
never
exactly.
go to the Denny's in Reno.
Never go
I'm
to the
telling you
Denny's
right
in
now.
Reno.
So bad.
It was bad.
Nuala pushes the door open to the kitchen and kind of ducks inside and says, "Oh, I see you've found the kitchen. That smells pretty good."
Yeah, I did what I could.
Oh, and I see you found the booze.
Yes, I like booze. I was wondering when I leave if I might take some with me.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. It's not like we need it.
I mean, I don't really need it either. I'm a druid. I don't actually. It doesn't really affect me. But I
Well,
own a
Only
business.
when you don't want it to.
Yeah, that's true. I can turn that off. But I own a business, and booze from the abyss would definitely be a good seller.
I would imagine. Wow, quite business savvy. That's excellent.
We tend to have to be when we need to fund these kind of exploits.
I imagine. Travel can be expensive.
But enlightening and fun. Well, sometimes fun.
Well, you came to the wrong place for that.
That's true. The Feywild. Well, actually, the Feywild, there were fun parts, but there are also some very scary parts in the Feywild.
Yes, not exactly my favorite place in the world.
When you mention the Feywild not being fun, me just like stares has that 1,000-yard stare thinking about the burning bushes screaming.
The flowers.
Yeah, the flowers that were just like screaming and burning, and he's just like, yeah, it wasn't all fun.
Manassas blocked that out.
The people dancing until they died.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that too.
Help us!
How do I Oh wait, never mind. I think I figured.
You need to
there.
flip your character.
Yeah, there we go.
Listen, just like sliding around on the floor, like, how do I stand?
He says, so, today the day? Going to go take out Sporgagon?
Yeah, I do believe we are planning on doing that. Now that Meat and Argral have had some good breakfast.
We've had
Galavar
breakfast for
is-
sure. No, I wouldn't say good.
Fair enough. Galavar has tried out his new bow, so he knows how best to use it. And
How does our girl feel about that? Meat saying that you had breakfast, not necessarily good.
I thought Argral was very understanding of the quality of the food down here.
Yeah, our girl's not gonna be too upset about it. Just be like, yeah,
He
they're
goes into a
weird.
rage.
They're weird vegetables. I did the best I could with them. So
Nuala says, this plane will change a lot when I have control over it. These forests around the castle weren't here when I got here. That's my doing. I fully intend on bringing life, like non horrifying, disgusting life to this
Hmm.
plane. Like I want to see birds and squirrels, deer. I want to bring back blue skies and some decent vegetables.
Can clear out the tangled, brambled, dark forest.
This is
This place will be a utopia.
actual ignorance speaking, but was this plane ever that way?
It's hard to say. The very essence of demons is to corrupt. They unwittingly, entirely unwittingly, they don't have the intelligence to be as this they don't have the intelligence not to be, but entirely unwittingly they destroy and corrupt everything in their path. And once they have a foothold on a plane, it just spreads until everything is destroyed. This, I don't know what it was before here, but I'll be able to change it to whatever I want. I believe. This is going to be a nice place.
Well, I suppose only time will tell. And time generally heals most wounds, at least.
When they're free of demons, for sure.
Oh, I've never had demons in my wounds.
Ah, that's good. That's good.
I did
Stains.
have a mind-controlling, corrupted sword that wanted to consume everything and turn into a god, and then we had to kill it. That
More I hear about you, the more I want to just sit down and hear you tell these tales. I could sit here for days and just listen to you tell me about your adventures. But for now, we have business.
Hmm.
We must rid this plane of this corruption. It's
Of
Forgagon.
course.
Oh my god, this good berry's going right through me. Oh.
God damn it.
Sounds like you just made a mini Saporgagon in your pants.
Oh
He's
no!
actually on the toilet right now.
I found the bathroom.
Like you just hear him echoing down the hallway, like, oh!
I feel pity for that chamber pot.
Man, I guess this plane must affect Goodberries in some way.
No, that's just a good berry.
Oh,
If you haven't had them much, word to the wise, good berries will heal your wounds. Don't be tempted to eat more than one a day.
what happens if you eat more than one a day? Oh, I thought he
thumbs
just
toward
had like
the
a hatchling stomach
noises.
or something.
I don't know how many he ate, but I have seen that happen.
Let me just hear the like echoed like noises
it
and
up.
screams.
Dear God! Why, God? Why?
Dumb and Dumber scene.
Oh, I thought those were the like cries of the damned or something. I forgot we weren't in the hells. We're just in the abyss. Okay.
It is
Yeah.
chaos, for sure.
It is chaos.
I don't know if I would describe that as chaos, but synonymous, maybe.
All. I see where you went, Liston. Now I see the. Wow, they can hear you from down there. That's crazy.
It is devastating the things that are occurring on that side of the building.
She says.
Wait.
She looks at you and she says, "All poop jokes aside, I think it's time we take care of business."
Oh my.
And with that, We're gonna end
Oh
for
yeah.
tonight.
Alright.
It is
Almost
10
done.
o'clock.
This was definitely a planning session.
It was a planning session. I thought it was still pretty entertaining.
Oh, it was
though.
super entertaining.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with filler episodes. I love that. I love
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit. You know?
I mean, this has been one of the, better episodes. We've been like poop jokes and
We got
dirty
it all.
calendar jokes and
Plotting
Oh, yeah.
against each other's moms.
yeah.
Interesting.
I'm fighting
still-
I'm fighting some demons in here. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, Liston's exercising some demons.
This
All right.
This is one you're gonna have to
Power of
take on
Christ
alone.
compels you.
Well,
Hold my hand.
I hope for anyone watching that their week isn't as shitty as mine. So.
God damn it.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, take it easy, everyone. See you next time on the adventures of the Stradivar.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.